Hi guys, you're listening to Vol, and we're on to day 2 of the NATCON Hamilton weekend with Easter, and War Machine Hordes managed to win the first event, which was the single day Highlander, 25 points obviously, with 5 straight wins for pSeverius and Menoth, and now entering the next round, which is the Steamroller event going over the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. 7 rounds and 2 casters at 35 points. I'm playing Menoth again with pSeverius and Harby. Now this is a divide and conquer format, so you must use your casters an equal number of times. In this case, it's maximum 4-3 ratio, so 4 games with Harby, for example, 3 with pSeverius. And my first opponent, first round, is using Retribution with Kaelyssa and Ran. He's chosen Kaelyssa for this game, and I've chosen pSeverius because I want to get as many games in with the pSeverius list. It has none of my character choice options except for Blessing of Vengeance. The Harby list is the Harbinger of Menoth list is much more, much better list in general. So that's why I want to get as many games in with Severius. Plus, he's much better against War Machine because of his feat in general. And against the Mage under the Strike Force and Kaelyssa's list, I do have to keep the caster quite far back, and Harby's very good at doing that, but Harby's much better up close if she can afford to because of martyrdom, whereas Severius, he can stay as far back for as far long as he wants. Excuse me. Now, we're playing the Incursion Scenario with the 3 flags you can see in the middle with the medium bases. One of them will disappear after the first turn. Going to the next photo, I have taken the first turn, so I want to keep my Errants up and out of, shooting range, threat range for the Mage Hunter Strike Force. They are quite good at shooting. With Defender's Ward on, the Errants, they aren't likely to take too many casualties, but I want to play conservatively at the beginning of the game, just because I want to find out which flag is going to be disappearing and then sort of formulate my movement strategy after that. So Severius putting up all of the upkeeps, Iron himself, Defender's Ward on the Errants, and Vision on the Jacks, and we're going to see how the game proceeds from here. Next photo, my opponent moving forward, he's got Phantom Hunter up on Kaelyssa, he's got Banishing Ward up, I believe, on the on Discordia, or it might have been on the Mage Hunter Strike Force. Either way, Discordia moving up and putting down his imprint to buff up the natural defense of the Mage Hunters, and the Mage Hunter Assassins running out around here onto my right flank, so looks pretty good. Halberdiers coming up on the left should be able to do a lot of damage with Blessing and Ashes to Ashes, but really looking forward to seeing which flag disappears and how the game proceeds in terms of his movement. So next photo, much to my delight, the flag on the right disappears, so that means I don't really have to get in too close with his assassins, and I can just move around to the left with my Errants. So that's exactly what I do. I've moved the Reckoner up to within 4 inches of the flag with Enliven, and the game plan here is going to be to simply contest the middle flag and put all of my strength onto the left-hand side of the field with Blessing and the Errants and the Repenter, which is in my list, quite a fun little jack for only 4 points, very good with Severius with his Eye of Menoth. But if I can really deal a lot of damage to Halberdiers and take out one of his jacks, he's going to have a lot of problems scoring off that left-hand flag or even contesting it, so I'll slowly be able to get the attrition win with control points, even if I don't deal with his force in the centre. So next photo, my Errants just duking it out in close combat against the Halberdiers. They are quite tough with their shield wall and of course set defense, so not really causing much damage here, but the point is just to tie them up and lock them in combat for a while. My guy's a defense 14, quite difficult to hit, and he'll only be able to send one guy around at a time, or as that small group round with a run move to contest the flag, and if they do run they won't be able to shield wall, so I'll be able to easily get rid of them. Next photo, his Mage Hunter Strike Force move forward, seeing that I've got my Reckoner within range of the flag, so they'll all open up with their Jack Hunting crossbows and do severe amount of damage to the Reckoner. Don't really care at this point. He can have this centre flag for a while because I can continually contest it. What I'm really interested in to seeing what he does is whether he actually moves over and tries to take care of the left-hand flag, which is what he needs to in this situation. Next photo, my following up turn, I've actually moved up with the Blessing of Vengeance to put an Ashes to Ashes out, but the Ashes, spread roll was only like a 2, so I managed to pick off, a couple of guys, do a little bit of damage to Kaelyssa, but that was about it. The Vanquisher moving up and doing a massive blast onto Discordia, but of course all of the Mage Hunters nearby are immune to blast damage. Not to worry though, because he sets everything on fire, and in the following turn he does lose quite a lot of Mage Hunters because of that fire AoE. Mage Hunter Assassin charging into the the Reckoner, and doing a lot of damage with his decapitation move, but still not destroying it. And as you can see at the top of the photo, I've still got my little Repenter in base to base with the flag, so I've still scored a control point at the end of this particular turn, and Errants still just moving in to tie up combat. And if you look at the way I've placed my Errants, I've actually tried to avoid giving him the opportunity to just run something over to contest the flag in the next turn. He's still going to be able to do it, but in my following turn I'll be able to get yet another point, because all I have to do is kill whatever he contests the flag with, and then it really puts the pressure on him to try and head around to that side of the battlefield. Next image, Mage Hunter Assassins going for the kill again, moving in, trying to get some shots off on my jacks, doing a lot of damage as usual. Discordia moving in to try and put some damage onto the Blessing of Vengeance, but with Repulsor Shield managing to keep the Blessing alive, and he still hasn't scored any points off that middle control point, which is good. That's the plan. But on the left, as you can see, he's actually run one of his Halberdiers over to contest the flag, as I expected him to, and in the middle there I've actually destroyed, I think, I can't remember what he's called, a Sphinx or whatever. No, I think that's the claws one of the new jacks that he's brought there with the 2 swords. So that's been wrecked. Kaelyssa having a couple of shots to at me with her little pistol. Kaelyssa did feat at this point, but I also moved up with pSeverius and counter-feated, so really putting the pressure on him to stop me from winning on scenario. Next image, what happens here is I destroy the Halberdier on the left, put the Repenter back in base to base with the flag. I'll be getting 2 points this turn. In the middle though, he's got his jacks attacking. Sorry, just to clear up a commentary I just pulled there in the previous photo. I said that I destroyed one of his jacks. That's actually not true. He'd put down a large template on the battlefield just to show where his jack was physically, because he couldn't actually fit it in with the models due to the size of the swords. So that jack actually is there. I've charged it with a couple of Errants and doing quite a lot of damage on it. The Blessing's still in the middle of the field. All of my jacks having crippled aspects at this point, trying to do what I can with them, but the main purpose of them is just to really stop him from scoring in the middle, as I've said a few times here, and Pseverius just staying away from shooting as much as he can. Next photo, despite Pseverius trying to stay away, my opponent clears the Errants from around his jack here, and he moves up and shoots Pseverius with a knockback momentum gun and knocks back Pseverius the maximum distance. He's still within control range of the Repenter, which is crucial, but not my other jacks, which I don't care about. And this move also puts his heavy warjack moving on within 4 inches of the flag to prevent me from scoring the 3rd control point. So all I really need to do to win here is to actually destroy that jack and have something legitimate next to the flag. So next photo, still embroiled in combat here. I've got a Vanquisher and Reckoner. I think at one point the Vanquisher rolled very high on his Thresher attack with the flail, killing the Mage Hunter Assassin, but it's really just small potatoes over here with not really much happening. He really needs to be able to find a way of meeting the Mage Hunter Assassins over to the other side of the battlefield. So next photo, what happens here is I load up the Repenter with as many focus points as I can. He moves in with the help of the Vassal and the Choir. That's the lone remaining Choir left, and wrecks that particular jack. The Vassal tried to run here into base to base with the flag, but I couldn't do it. So next turn I'm going to have to win, but that gives him another turn to try and get into base to base with the flag, or at least a contention with it to stop me from scoring that all-important 3rd control point. So next photo, the only model that he managed to get across here is Wyshnalyr, and Wyshnalyr really not enough, just a tiny little solo. So although he did a lot of damage to the rest of my forces in this last turn of his, all I had to do was turn around with the Repenter and kill Wyshnalyr and put a guy next to the flag for the 3rd point. So starting the Steamroller 2-day event out with a single win from pSeverius, 1-0 so far. Looking forward to reaping some good results this weekend, just as I did on the Good Friday. So stay tuned, we'll have the next battle report up soon.